Happy Wax Plant Wednesday, everyone. So, I'm gonna jump into it. I feel like, I was trying not to show a lot of the Hoya Mathilde splash for a few weeks. I do have a lot, and they've grown a lot. And to be honest, I have ignored them. Like, they don't need a lot. I stick them under a grow light. I make sure there's enough water in the reservoir. But I think it's time to either cut a lot of the green vines just so they could push out potentially silver leaves from other nodes. So that's number one. Number two, for example, look at this. So this is the one that I had on a trellis here, and you can see that she was just trading down. I think because she was under a grow light, look at those. I think because she was under a grow light, she continues to push out leaves. Because sometimes Hoyas, I mean, Mathilde is pretty good when it comes to not having something to climb on and pushing out leaves. It's just tough because now there's like a bunch of places where it's gonna bloom, and honestly, I think I might just cut it off. Like it's an easy bloomer, everyone. Oh, there's another one here, right there. It's an easy bloomer, so I'm not worried. But I just need to eliminate some vines. I'm trying to find a green one, like this one here. I always say like 3 consecutive nodes that don't have any splash or any hint of it, like it's time for the chop. I have propagated a bunch of these and the silver doesn't come back. So I also, oh my God, let me take y'all. So I showed you that one here. Look at this. These are all my splashes. I don't know how many planters. So I think we're looking at 5 here. If I pan this way, and then I think this one is the most silver. Anyways, I'll show that one in a bit. Look at this. I'm just kind of following to see where it all began. And do you know what? Surprisingly, the green is starting from really early on in the plant. Now, again, I'm pretty sure there's only 3 plants in here. And it's weird because it's coming out of a node that, has a lot of silver. At least the leaves are presenting that way. I'm actually shocked that I let it grow this much. Like, this kind of shows you how much I've ignored it. So I'm gonna cut it. And it's a long green vine. Do you see this? Again, like I think I have 3. No, I have 2 green Mathildes, and that was a result of, me doing this, selecting and eliminating all the green vines. I would put them into planters of pawn, and then I would give them away. I've given so many away. Like my mom has it, a whole bunch of my friends have it. I don't need to make more, and I don't have enough room, especially now since I downsize. So I'm gonna just discard them, and you can yell at me. Okay, here's another one. Right over here. Just fully green, we're gonna follow it. And we're gonna follow it to where the node it's coming out, and we're just gonna chop it. Again, it's a healthy plant. I just need to preserve the silver. And what a journey, everyone. What a journey. There are some half and halves, like you can see. 1 leaf splash, 1 leaf green. But I think I'm gonna keep those. I'm just getting rid of totally green leaves. For y'all that are new here, because every time, and I'm so grateful for all the Hoya people, every time I put out a video, it might not perform well like viewership wise, but like I said in the past, y'all watch the videos longer than my general plant population, and I do get a lot more subscribers. And so I want to thank everyone. I want to welcome everyone. Hi, my name is Kevin. And okay, so this was once my splashiest planter of Mathilde Splash. I would say that she's still pretty splashy. I love this plant so much. Wow. Okay, look at this, everyone. This is like the splashiest. Now, I don't think I need to do a lot. I see 1 green vine, so let's cut that. I'm filming this Sunday night, so I don't know what y'all can see. Oh my gosh, it looks real rough that way. There, that's better. I don't know why it looks so awful like that. The vine I'm talking about is over here, and I'm just cutting it back to the last splashy leaf. So just green right over there. Now I know I said I could have waited, but I feel like I can't wait. So we're just gonna keep chopping. Again, just eliminating the green. And okay, I think this one's good. Reservoir is okay. And yeah, so here she is. I love this plant. So silver. Okay, let's look at you. Ooh, you were tangled. So this one is the second planter I had. And still splashy. You can see that she's vined everywhere. And there's a lot of blooms. I think I've shown these. Just looking at this whole thing. It is so amazing. At this time, I was like, okay, I want one that is on a trellis, and I want one trailing. Again, knowing the Mathilde, it'll easily push out leaves even though it doesn't have any support. Just give it the right amount of light. I do think that a lot of these are getting too much light. Not super terrible. Okay, so I'm looking at the vines. This one over here is not bad. You can see that there are green leaves. I think I might cut it here. Ooh, there's a really green vine here. This one over here. So I'm gonna cut this one off. Okay. Gave her a little haircut, but she's doing just fine over here. Okay, next one over here. A lot more green. Again, I usually do like a better job trying to eliminate. And you know, I think consensus with y'all is that you like the mix between the green and silver, and it adds dimension. Should I do it with this one? Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna keep it like this. This is gonna be one of the only ones that's mixed with green and silver, and I don't know, it looks pretty cute, I think. Okay, call me crazy. I have a few planters that have a few vines. I wasn't hopeful that they were gonna produce a good amount of silver, but they have. And I kind of want to put a lot of these. This was one of my most like silver ones, I remember. Just up here. She's starting to revert a little bit down here. But why don't we put it in like a gigantic planter? A gigantic self-watering planter, like the 8.5-inch ones. How are we feeling? Let me grab one and see. I know it's a little bit of a hassle, but I think we're gonna do it. Still on theme with Pawn and Stratum here. Again, we're just gonna start with this. I'm just going to gently, hoping there's enough fruit so it would be like a brick that I could just plop down, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I was also hoping that these were all just together. Please, 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 please. Okay, roots, looks good. Oh, I'm making a mess. So I'm trying not to let go. I do need to add more Pawn just there. I kind of want it to be a little higher. Why don't we go on to the next one? So this one has peduncles and stuff, some blooms. Wouldn't this just be so nice? Just imagine it, like it draping over this black planter. I love that. I like that. I like that a lot. Look at these roots. So cute. Okay, let's put it on this side. And I might have to remove this because all the pawns, it's not as root bound, which is okay, but amazing roots. We'll just put in here for the time being. But I'm also trying to be mindful of, you know, space because I don't want to unpot a lot of these. I think I could put 2 more. Okay, I am gonna put some myco around these roots. Okay, this one I think I dried out, which is kind of bad if you're transferring because then the pawn, sometimes if it's too dry, it does slip off. There's some dead leaves, are the oldest leaves, and that's fine. I'm just removing them just so they don't go in. But do you know what? I'm remembering now. Remember, I did this with my Collinas, the Broguette and the Outer Variegated, and look at them now. And again, we're gonna try our best to keep them together because it's actually a pain when they are not together. The root system's not together. Okay, do you see that there's some that haven't even pushed out any growth? But look at the roots. I'll just put that on the edge here. We'll see what happens. Number 4, pretty mixed. This one's trailing a little bit. So she's been like this for a little bit. Ooh. As suspected. Do you hear the pod dropping? As suspected, the root system is fantastic. I was hoping I could just plop this down I'm digging a hole like I'm a 6-year-old building a sandcastle. And is it this way? I think I want that way. Oh my gosh. And I'm trying my best to push it in deep. So you can see we have a bunch on this side. We're gonna try to get this bunch. Do you see how like the pond is really high and I can't really, I mean, I can dig, but I'm just displacing pond from elsewhere. Do you know what? I think that might have worked. It's tough because now all the roots are just on the surface. And the biggest fear is, since it's a bigger pot, gravity is going to work against you even harder. And so I'm going to be so meticulous trying to put the pond around here. Wow, I got it all. That's nuts. Okay, how exciting. So I'm just going to go I'm going to go clockwise. And really, I need to just go around the edges, making sure that the roots are covered. So I'm just adding new pond. Okay, so after I've done one rotation around the circumference or like the perimeter, I then go in deeper and I can see just fresh roots over here. Your biggest thing is making sure that these parts stay wet because some of the root systems are not extending all the way down in this planter. They're just kind of superficial. So really gonna keep an eye on this one. I wasn't too worried with the Broguette and the outer Variegated Collina just because they were so like rooted and they were deeper in the planter, but a lot of these are not. So I'm crossing my fingers, crossing my toes. Okay, so, oh man, she's already heavy. I'd even add water yet, but look at this. Again, she looks wonk because she hasn't been growing this way. I'm just gonna add plain water. I'm hoping that the stratum and the myco help. And I'm really just watering. Oh, y'all can't see me, but I can't move it yet. Making sure you introduce the moisture to the pond. And yeah, oh gosh, it's heavy now. It's heavy. Oh my God, this is gonna be so cute when she grows out. Oh, it's gonna look so cute. And I guess I'm not gonna do anything with this one. I think she looks pretty good. So this is my last one. Okay, so the next plants that I'm gonna show y'all. I'm very upset that I have to cut them. It's my Hoya Cutis Porcelana. I'm just gonna take a few cuttings, put it in a planter, and start from the beginning. And they're not doing poorly. It's getting way too tall for the grow light. I have no other place for it. And then the second one is the NS05021, I think. My favorite looking flowers out of all the flowers. It's the same thing, way too big. So, guys. Every time I look at it, I'm like, no, should I just cut it back? Oh my God. I keep changing my mind. This always happens when I have large mature plants. You can see that she's getting burnt by the grow light, but she is such an impressive plant. Okay, and then here's the NS021. So, yeah. So like, why are you so cute though? Okay, I need to stop complaining. Okay, a lot of time has gone by. See, this is the issue. Do you see how the tendrils get stuck together and then they pull on all the plants, hold on to everything. And so, okay, I'm gonna take a few cuttings. I'm gonna get rid of the plant for both of them. I think that's a decision. I'm so attached to these two plants. Like I really am. I'm so attached to these plants. And it shows you how long I've had them in this configuration. I no longer use these planters that have no drainage. I think they're the T4Us. They're similar to the 8.5 one that I used with the Mathildes, but there's no way of flushing ever. And so I like to use these plants as an example, specifically for Hoya. And again, the sample size is still small, I understand, but look at these Hoyas. They haven't been flushed in 3 years, and they're doing just fine. Specifically, the Cutis Porcelana blooms constantly, and it's still pushing out foliage that actually looks good. Let's say goodbye. This is growth, like actual growth, but like growth just getting rid of plants that I've had for a while. I am gonna take a few cuttings and then, so I'll still have the plant, Kevin. You'll still have the plant. Okay, I think I'm gonna put it in one of these planters with 2 cake dowels. If you're new here, I put the cake dowels in, specifically in these 2 holes at the bottom, just so in the future, because right now they don't need a trellis, and just to save on room, in the future you could take a clear trellis like this. This method also works with wire trellises. Slot them in. I think this is the medium size clear acrylic trellis, and then you have one. I do not like disturbing repotting when they're doing fine, and so I like doing this method for the future. So we're gonna do that. Are y'all the same with plants that you've grown? One thing that I don't really speak about here is that I kind of went through this like internal battle when it comes to plants and it being not fair that, you know, I don't have enough space and, you know, eventually when the plants grow big, I am gonna have to get rid of them, even though I do still enjoy watching them grow, learning from them. The biggest thing why I got into this hobby is because of the learning aspect. And I think just watching plants grow for yourself for a long period of time, you have that information. And so situations like this where I've had a plant for like 3-4 years, you don't want to let it go. You still want to watch it grow at this mature state. I don't know, it's hard. It doesn't even need to be Hoya. It could be like Monstera. Like I kind of feel that way about my Thai constellation right now. My Thai constellation is too big. And you know, I am gonna have to cut her eventually, but she has fruit right now, so I can't do anything right now, but she is getting out of hand. I'm just gonna start taking cuttings. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this decision is giving me anxiety, like a lot. Like, to think, I'm sure all of you have felt this way at some point. Except for maybe Alice, because Alice, she's intimidated by big plants apparently. That is adorable to be. Like the possibilities, if you have the room. Ooh, this feels healthy. Oh gosh, this shirt's ruined. I got sap on my, And then one thing that kind of brings me back to earth when it comes to that thought, like there are people that have less room than I do. And so who am I to like complain about that? You know, it's all about perspective in life in general, but also when you're growing plants, like, although I'm like sad that I'm only keeping a few cuttings, what I have learned just by growing this plant through the years, the experience and the journey is the most valuable, I feel. And, you know, a lot of people don't have this plant. So just a quick history of this plant. The NS stands for Natalie, oh gosh, I'm gonna screw it up. Natalie Similson. If you're new to Hoyas, sometimes you'll see 2 letters in front of a Hoya name, and it's the initials of the person who like gathered it in nature. Gathered her. Okay, here we go. So let's take all these out. I'm probably gonna eliminate 1 or 2 leaves just so they can fit into the planter. That's the only reason why, you know, in a pairing, that's why I might cut 1 leaf off, just so they can fit better in the pot. It's not nothing, ooh! Yeah, see, like sometimes when you put a plant like that, it doesn't stay. So we're gonna gently push the cuttings in, just gently, everyone. Sometimes if you go too hard, it'll bend, and just being mindful of that not going off. I kind of, these moments where I have these big Hoyas, it kind of reminds me of the ones that I got rid of in the past that were huge. Hoya Obscura. I think that was 2 years ago that I got rid of her. And a lot of y'all were not happy with that decision. But do I miss her? No, I don't. Insanely fast grower and Future Kevin. I don't know, that was so long ago. If there's a clip you can find, oh my god, Future Kevin's gonna be so mad because I'm gonna have to go into my hard drive and find it. Here, I am going to have to chop this one up. It's my Hoya Obscura. She got too big for that Hoya shelf. Oh my god, it's gonna break. And so I had to move her down here. Here she is, and she is just going off, guys. Like, what is happening? She has one point where she's getting ready to bloom. Let me show you. And look at these. Look how cute, guys. Oh my gosh. It's kind of the same thing as my Hoya Australis Lisa. That one was one of my first Hoyas, and so that meant a lot, just having that plant grow really big. And so I still have it. Like, I do have a small one in my office, and so it's to new beginnings. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, my Hania pink. That one was different because I gave it to my mom, and she's a lot bigger now. A lot of people might say, like, why don't you just give these plants to your mom? There's no room. Like, for example, I went to see my parents today just because I'm filming this on Father's Day. And my dad was like, or it was my dad or sister. They're like, what is this orchid doing here? Oh yeah, side note, I gifted the orchid I got at the plant show to my mom. That was kind of my intention. I was debating if I should get another one, but time escaped me, and so that one's hers. Okay, how do we feel? New beginnings. New beginnings. My process hasn't changed when it comes to propagation. I'm feeling it like pretty much close to the top, just because the biggest reason why your props will fail, first of all, if they don't have enough light, but second of all, if they dry out. When they dry out to a certain point, then that's like, you can't return from that and they'll die. So I'm just gonna stick this under grow light, 14 hours a day, Sunblaster LED Grow lights, 1,000 to 2,000 foot candles. Okay, y'all, I don't know if you can tell, but my hair, do you see this? Listen, I do love my hair. It doesn't, people think it's straight, but it's like wavy, and every time I shower, I have to straighten it. Isn't that crazy? I remember in grade 7, I grew it out. It was really long. I had like a mini fro. It was so crazy. But you can kind of see it a little bit. It's like thick hair. It's lovely hair. Y'all, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm losing light. This camera does a really good job in low light. Whoa, now I'm like a ghost. Okay, Cutis Porcelana. Again, we're not gonna freak out. We're gonna be thankful for the experience. I'm gonna be so thankful for this experience. Oh! I think it's mad at me. It just poked me in the eye. I think it's mad at me. Oh my god, girl was like, shut up. Yeah, so this Hoya is important to me too because it was one that, like this was what I was saying in my previous video when I talked about Anthuriums, rolling it back to 2019. I had Hoya Australis Lisa, I had Hoya Carrii Apple Marginata, and then in March or April, I was like, okay, let's buy 4 Hoyas. Don't even look them up, and just buy some affordable Hoyas, not super rare ones, but affordable Hoyas. So I bought like these 4 from Crystal Star Nursery and knew nothing about them. This kind of started my LECA journey as well. And so I originally had this one in LECA. She's in Lucia's Pond right now. It's weird. This one, the Hoya Obscura, which I talked about earlier, I think I showed a clip if you sure you haven't found it. The Archibaldina pink flowers, which I still have in LECA. Anyhow. Okay. Okay, I didn't talk about what I'm looking for. I'm looking for not the newest set of leaves, because sometimes when they're too new, and so I'm kind of feeling around, seeing which one's okay. Sometimes if they're too new, they don't do well just because the stem is still pretty young. And so on this vine, I'm not doing this set, I'm doing this set. And I'm gonna eliminate this leaf over here. And we're gonna do the same thing. So I just have a bunch of cake dowels here. I'm gonna cut them to size. So here it is. I have, I think, 15 cuttings. And we're gonna do the same thing, some stratum. You see with these ones, the stems are a lot thicker than the previous one, so I think I could push them with more force. So this might be easier. Okay, it's Sunday night. It is, I think it's 8:30. I do want to film more, like there's a lot of Hoya stuff to do, so maybe after this, just because I have to eat, I'm like feeling it. I just have to eat. My boyfriend's gonna make some pizzas. And what are y'all's favorite toppings? And is pineapple not a thing with pizzas? I do love a Hawaiian, I'm gonna have to say. Y'all can hate me in the comment section. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna add some water. Let's take a peek. Yeah, really high, guys. Really, really high. Okay, I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I'm gonna eat, and I'll see y'all in the next clip. Wow. It's the next day. Y'all, it's the morning. You know, I keep forgetting to show flowers that are in bloom. This one's not a new one. Did you hear that? Guys, my Clemmy fell. Clemency, you're up. Oh my God, do you see the puddle? Oh Lord. Where are the oh my God, they're over here. Okay, jeez. Oh my God. That's fun. Okay, just give me a moment. I love how this is the beginning. It might as well sit down, I guess. Yeah, I was most concerned about the peduncle because she is working on flowers once again. It's insane. I mean, with all these plants. And do I link it to the great white that I've been using the past 2 months? Maybe, or is it just the maturity of the Hoyas? Like I think because I got all these Hoyas at the same time, they grew at the same rate. Now they're starting to bloom because they're at that maturity level. It could be that. This is hilarious, oh my gosh. Okay, future Kevin, since you're gonna be editing this, put a reservoir or a nutrient solution. Okay, so Clemency or I'm on to steal the show. Again, Sulawesi. Look at this. These new leaves are just so crazy. Oh, my camera's moving. Okay. Do you see that? There's so many. I still think they smell like when coconut oil is like cooking. But you're cooking something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm putting it back carefully. I love how I just want to show the blooms and then it just got real bad. Okay, I'm gonna propagate my Hoya Hellwigiana, my Hoya Fitchii. They both have bloomed for me and I got them a year ago. I just kind of want a fuller plant, so I'm just gonna propagate them down. I wanted to do the same thing with my Hoya Silver Dollar over here, but you can see that she just still has multiple flowers. I think that one's going. This one hasn't even fully opened yet, so I have to wait for that. I mean that, or I could just, you know, not care and just cut them. Do you see how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 right now that are like blooming. I like these flowers because they look like super chubby. I don't know if chubby is the right word, but they're so messy. And like I said, just foliage wise, and because there's more plants in it, I'm gonna keep the one that's in pond the way it is. And then I'm gonna chop this one down. Right? See, now I'm second guessing myself again. Okay, see, this is perfect because now Hellwigiana has no flowers and the Fitchii has no flowers. Okay, I do want to start with the Hellwigiana right over here. I'm probably gonna cut the peduncles off. I just think it's gonna, you know, the energy's not gonna be allocated properly. So I'm gonna do the cake dowel method as well, just because I don't think I'm gonna repot it anytime soon. And never on my radar. Yeah, I'm just, oh my God, I need to sneeze. That's so chaotic. Ugh. Yeah, who would have thought that the Hellwigiana would be an amazing plant? Like again, I never really, whoa. It's like peduncle, peduncle, peduncle. This tendril only has peduncles. That's crazy. So this vine's going goodbye to this tendril. Oh my god, and it was the same with this one. There's barely... Oh my god, wow. That is so weird. Alright, I just need to show you this. This is one tendril. Peduncle, peduncle, peduncle. There were no leaves on this one, so that's one part. And the second one, peduncle, 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 no leaves. Isn't that crazy? So now I'm wondering, like, is this a plant that just does that? Or was it something that I did with my nutrient solution? I would think this plant would be bigger if it didn't have, you know, a lot of peduncles, just because the energy can be channeled into the foliage. I'm just making single leaf cuttings from this part. It's weird, all the, well, except for one, all the peduncles are on their own node without a leaf. And all the ones with leaves don't have one. So I guess I'm gonna say bye to all of them. I kind of want to bring this one to work just to see how it grows. And then I'm gonna leave this one here. Just because she's small enough, she can fit on my desk. So again, I'm doing the cake dowel method where I put 2 cake dowels. I'm just gonna cut them to size again. Yeah, let's do the bigger one. This is too small. So I posted my Anthurium planter video today, and I'm like making a mess everywhere. There's pond everywhere now. I'm getting a lot of comments saying that they wouldn't recommend putting stratum with the pond. And even when I asked about the tree fern, a lot of people are saying don't do it. I think people know that stratum breaks down eventually, and then it's gonna be no good. But like for me, like I kind of see stratum kind of similar to worm castings. Like obviously they're not the same, but worm castings, you know, is an organic fertilizer. It also has the humic and the fulvic properties as well, similar to stratum. But eventually that casting is gonna like not be useful because the nutrients are gonna be used up. Obviously when you water your plants in aeroid mixes, it'll be lost through time through the watering. And so for me, I think it's the same with stratum. Like it's going to help initially when you're transplanting a plant, and like obviously in a few months it's going to be useless. And I don't know, what do y'all think? Because I'm still gonna do it just to see. And like again, I have this bag and I've had it for like how many years? I just need to get rid of it. So we got the 4 right in here. I'm just hoping that, because not all stratum, because when you have stratum together and they break down, you get this mud. I'm hoping because there's just those constant air pockets around the pond that it'll be fine when it comes to aeration. And I think that's the biggest fear why people are telling me not to do it. Let's do stratum. We're gonna do some great white all around. This is a lot. Is this okay? I think this is good. I think this is going okay. You know, it's tough when you have Hoyas that have shorter stems because sometimes you have to balance them. Yeah, do you see how short? It's gonna be challenging. And that's why I always say fill the water nutrients all the way to the top when you're starting out. I remember when I was propagating my kaimuki, I had, like, just through time, even though I tried to check up on it, I would sometimes find just cuttings outside of the pond and they would be dried up and dead. See, I just pulled this one. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, this one's not even in. I'm gonna have to be careful. Can we cooperate? This one too. Oh my god, they're all coming out. Okay, we're just gonna let that be it. And can you imagine just a full plant of this? I'm very excited. I'm just gonna use plain water, just for now. And then we're gonna move on to the next one, so Hoya Fitchii. Now, there's a lot of young leaves that I'm probably not gonna keep. They won't survive, like these ones over here. So, again, let's take the clips away. This one is too young, so I'm gonna cut it all the way back. Okay, I might leave the rest and bring it to work like a Hellwigiana. That's all that's left. I'm gonna bring this to work. And this one we didn't get too many. So I think I'm gonna use this planter with the cake dowels. Here we go, same thing. Yep, I hear my boyfriend coming. Hi. The reason I'm in here, everyone. The reason I'm gonna have to get an adjustable table sometime. But the reason why I don't like filming in here is because although it's prettier aesthetically, it's hard to just get the right angles and like sitting down like this and bending. It's just like my back hurts right now. Oh, one more. One last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. Okay, here we go. There they are, looking cute. Okay, so I have gathered some materials. There are 3 more Hoyas, so the Hoya Obovata. Let me just grab it. It's in this cabinet situation. Obovata, variegated, in perlite. Got this from Marnie. I think I'm gonna do LECA. Do I even have one? I love how I gathered everything and I didn't grab the LECA. Is this enough? It's not enough, guys. Okay. Guess we're doing pond. Okay, so I'm just taking the perlite off of the roots. And I know I don't necessarily need to. So why don't we just take a little bit off and then, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. So I'm just gonna put this trellis through the holes where the wicks are. And they'll go through the bottom a little bit, but it'll be okay. Once I add the pond, it's gonna be more stable. I'm just gonna zip tie them to the edge here. Okay, just a tiny bit of tension. We'll see how that goes. Let's grab the plant. Oh God, this trellis is too small. Do you know what? We're just gonna let it be. I'm gonna regret this, I know it. Okay, some great white. Oh, that's a lot. Oh well. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. I know she's like already halfway up there, but obviously it needs to adapt to a new substrate, a new home, and so I think this will be okay. I don't think she'll grow too quickly, but I'm very excited for her. Okay, Hoya Hypolasia, in a chunky mix. I'm probably going to do pond with this one. So we're just gonna take it out. Root system here. I think I'm probably gonna cut it just down to 2 leaves and remove this tendril. Oh my God, there's a peduncle. Using this small planter. Okay, let's grab the plant. This is so cute. Actually, part of this tendril is actually dried up and it's bent here, so I might just cut back to the last node that's healthy. So here she is. We'll see if she's gonna push out leaves from here or she's gonna start a new vine. Okay, and then the last one, everyone, it's going to be the Collina IR26. Oh my God, I forgot about the leaves Prism. Okay, there's actually, oh my God, what pots do I use? So here it is. She feels a lot more dry than before. And I'm always scared because at this point, sometimes it doesn't, it's definitely not a good time to chop her. I feel like I have no choice though. So I'm gonna do it. I also have a feeling that these plants were grown high humidity. The reason why I say that is because the aerial roots are just so crazy on, you know, these nodes here. And so because of that, it's probably because I haven't kept this, even to this day, I haven't kept in high humidity. So I think it's probably freaking out that way. The stem feels good though. Like I'm cutting it and it feels good. How is my camera overheating? I have a fan. I just noticed. Wow, okay. Oh my God, why won't you stay? I want you to stay. So I bought these self-watering pots again. I think I bought the wrong size, but also they're making, like, there's no slits on the side. And then there's like these, like, I think it's for airflow at the top here. I guess that's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna keep one leaf on each one. Okay, we're gonna use one of these things to secure this vine like that. Because girl feels like she's gonna fall. Oh my God, how cute. Oh, please survive. I hope I cut it the right way. Okay, so it was like a mid-cut, so I didn't know which way the leaves were going. I think we got it. I think we got it. Okay guys, I guess that's it. Thank you for joining me for another, I'm pretty sure this video is gonna come out on Wednesday. Thank you for joining me on another Wax Plant Wednesday. I still wanna keep this going at least for the next month, but we will see. We'll see how tired I get. Anyhow, I'll see y'all in the next one.